Welcome to another new episode of the Declutter Me podcast with myself, Shelina. I hope you're well wherever you are in the world, and thank you for listening as always. I believe in the law of attraction, and you attract people or things to you. When I talk about certain topics in my podcast, it's due to me meeting people in that situation at that time. These last few weeks, I've met a few clients who have recently broken up with their partners. Having to downsize, move, or just reshuffle their home can be an incredibly hard thing to do in their broken-hearted state. So they've called me in to help them. And I wanted to discuss this situation to help any of you who are going through the breakup situation currently, or know someone who's going through it and needs help with their stuff. So here are my tips to declutter and organize your space after a breakup. So number one, identify the sentimental items. So sentimental items are those things that remind you of an event or the person. The item is not making you happy anymore, so donate it, sell it, or throw it in the trash or recycling. Getting rid of the item, like a painting they gave you, won't erase a memory of them or erase a memory of it, but it will free up valuable real estate in your home. And if you must keep a copy of the item that you're decluttering, take a photo on your phone, and then you can eventually delete it, once you've got over him or her. So anything that is not sentimental and belongs to them, get rid of it immediately. No one needs that stuff gathering dust in your valuable real estate. Number two, don't get rid of everything. Don't be in a rush to get rid of everything immediately. If there is a chance you can get back together, keep some of the sentimental items like the jewelry or the photos, but store them out of the way so you don't see them regularly. So get a box and put it into that box like a shoe box, put it away at the back of your wardrobe and then label it as a memory box. And then after 6 months, review the items and see if you want to keep them, donate it, sell it, or just discard it. And if it's expensive jewelry, you could always have it, melted and redone again. So think about doing that as well. Number three, choose what to get rid of when it's big items. So if you bought a sofa or a bed and any other furniture together, it can be expensive to get rid of these items. So choose what to get rid of. If you can reupholster the sofa so that it looks new and it doesn't remind you of him, do that. You can also paint the walls a different shade, or you can rearrange the furniture. That's a cheap and easy way to do it as well. And that does help a lot to, feel different about the layout of your house and to not remember your partner. So think about doing things like that with the big items. If you can get rid of it, get rid of it. But, it is expensive, especially with sofas and stuff now. They're so expensive. My fourth tip is don't burn their stuff. So don't do an Angela Bassett in, Waiting to Exhale, or when she got her groove back. One of those movies that she did in the 90s or 2000s, where she burnt the stuff in the car and then she threw the keys. It was very cool. But don't do that. Don't put the stuff in the car and then burn it. If you find their stuff, put it in a box and either organize for them to pick it up, preferably when you're not there, or if they don't reply, donate the items to someone who will value them. And if it's too much to go through the items now, just put them in a box and hide it in the storage or in a garage until you're ready to review and discard. But remember, don't burn it. Don't do an Angela. No one needs to do an Angela. It's dangerous and it'll cost a lot, especially if you do it in the car. So don't do it. Next, like how I like talking about social media a lot. So let's talk about your social media presence. Just, on Instagram and Facebook especially, it should reflect your current situation as well as show everything that you love, whether that's your friends, your family, or your holidays. So if you see posts from the past, you want to be able to feel happy and not miserable. So declutter anything with those X's. And often you can archive the posts so that they don't come up on your timeline, especially on Instagram. But they might be there and then eventually you can delete it. So, get rid of that so that people don't see it. And you'll see a lot of celebs do that. Kim Kardashian's broken up with Pete. I'm sure the posts will disappear now. They'll be archived or deleted. So do that as well. My sixth tip is to do a mini declutter. And if you've been listening to this for a long time, you know that I love talking about mini decluttering and you'll know, what to do. But if you don't, what you do with a mini declutter is spend 15 to 20 minutes in one area, such as the bedroom drawers or the kitchen cupboards or your coffee table, and remove everything that belongs to your ex and also items that you don't use or want anymore. And put that all into a bag, into a box for donation or to give back to them. And then if you do that every day for a week, you can remove a hell of a lot of items, and it enables you to reflect and recharge each day as well, because you're not just decluttering all at once. So a mini declutter is also good for your soul as well, because it's only a short amount of time where you're doing that decluttering session. If you can't handle doing it yourself, get help. So, if it's too hard, get your friends to help you or get a professional organizer in. So I've had clients call me in because they want someone who will not judge them, will know how to push them when they need to be pushed, will leave them alone to wallow reading their ex's messages. And I will just get on with the organizing, and then every so often say, do you need this? Do you need that? And chat away and ask questions and talk about other things. So, and with professional organizers, we don't judge. And I mean, if you do have an organizer that judges, then that's a problem. But we tend not to judge, and we don't have any emotional connection to you or to the stuff. So we can give, proper tips on how to get rid of things or how to organize things as well. So use a third party where possible if you can't handle doing it yourself. Number 8, let's clear the bad energy. So I'm all about the saging. So sage, if you can say it enough times. Sage your house, or if you're religious, listen to religious, prayers, psalms. You can have them on YouTube playing, Quranic verses are now on YouTube, so you can have that playing to clear all the energy as well. Clear all the bad juju. Clear the bad vibes from your ex. You don't want any of that bad energy in your house anymore. And after you've been decluttering, you remove the clutter, you remove the dust, you want to remove the bad energy as well. So do that. And it's very easy to buy sage now. You can buy it on Amazon or, online. So nobody needs to know that you're buying sage and, going to be saging your house. And if you don't believe in that, don't do it. But, I think it's a good idea to do that. And I have a lot of sage around just to fire up when I need it. Obviously not fire up too much because you don't want the fire alarm to go off. But yeah, it's a good idea. So remember to do this at your own pace. Breakups are hard and it can take a while to heal. Decluttering and organizing your space can help a lot with relieving the heartbreak clutter cloud, but it can take time. So be gentle on yourself and on your heart. I've broken up many times and I know that feeling. So, just be gentle on yourself. And I know it's even harder when you've been living with them and their stuff is physically there. But, take it easy. Listen to this episode a few times if you need to. Talk to people if you need to. Get help. And I hope you find these tips useful today. If you know someone who's going through a breakup, a separation or divorce, forward this episode to them to help them through this difficult time. Of course, if you need help physically, get in touch and we can book a session to organize you. I'm happy to go anywhere in the world to help you out. So just give me a shout. Thanks for listening as always, and tune in next week for the next episode. Thanks a lot. Bye.